В этом видео начинаем серию одиночного прохождения за расу нежить пока на простом уровне, чтобы проверить, возможно ли без стандартного лечила пройти эту игру, не беря напарников, используя другие эффекты. Так что прохождение на уровне хардкор. Скорее всего будет выбран эльф, потому что есть возможность получения чужих навыков и эффект вот этот.
Well, look what the dog dug up. You're lucky they didn't notice just how... Although, seeing someone wrapped up like that, they probably thought you had the scabbing plague. Better keep that hood down, mind you. The living don't take...
Playing dead, are you? Probably a good idea.
Ah, you're up. Yes. There. In the meantime, you'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. No, you're alive, and you're having a conversation.
Index fingers pressed.
My word. Oh well, a new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good boy, why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those sauce? Oh, do go on. I won't hold it against you. My, aren't we a meek little lamb? Perhaps I needn't have. So let's just leave it on, shall we? Because, to answer your question, for your own peace of mind.
Good gods! There's...
Ugly sight. It burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source.
She looks up at...
I was on. You're one of the only in dispute. Finn was killed. It looks small. Listen, bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in. Not in here it is. You let me know if you...
Please, please! I forgot how to sing. I did. Ah, there you are. Would you please tell this how very... What? What?
Her pinch...
Yeah.
She turns...
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? Guess you aren't a creative type, are you, Chief? I say they're one and the same. Nope, thanks. But I already belong... You take care.
Suddenly, as quick...
Good luck, Chief.
I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mist.
An elf sits...
Snake eyes.
She chuckled.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling die, deciding fates. Don't worry, honey.
She looks you up and down with the merest...
Never say never, though.
She eyes you
Not the future, no. But I can read the... I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
She looks at you in surprise when you bare an arm of...
My. Guess I'll have to find out the
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. You were thinking of flesh. Or, to be rather more precise, the pleasures of the flesh. Those that have eluded you for so long. Of course it is. The truth's right there. But don't you worry, darling. I don't lick. And
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
What are you trying to hear, anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
The elf is reading a volume. He reaches out. He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page.
What purpose did that serve? Oh! You have my... Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked Perhaps. Take this book. It is simultaneous. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history? Oh, please. No. This text tells me... Where did these gods come from? Who are... Of course. Now, please, run along.
No amount of...
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first...
Well? The lizard, all of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the...
Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. And of course a cuckoo can't take. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? Yes, I can tell from your On then to my final query. Have you the ability to... The very base. So, 3... As per your own testimony, you can groom, but you have the taste bud. That won't do at all, see? I'm sad to say I must deny you the opportunity to be my slave. Ever so soft. My slave of... Still. Only...
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right. I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mist. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Strongly suspect you know all about it.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
Soon as the Inquisitor gets here.
A scruffy man,
What's your...
rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning. The man named Ifan,
Suit yourself. Was just going to adjust your...
hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general...
We used to know each other, more's the pity.
Standing far back, Ifan grins.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the joy. No. The dead man. Finn, is it? I'd know.
He glances over at
Damn shame, sheer annoyance. The joy. I've heard a lot. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself. Easy now.
What you can...
Oh, don't mind him.
Name.
Magister Victor look
Away with you.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping...
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right? I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mest. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
Soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hand you right over the side of this ship with it.
Keep with those bolts trained on her. And if she tries to run, shoot attack.
Here to register. You faring okay so far? Of course I do. You'll see. You head on in.
Keep with those murder most foul.
Standing at the center...
So you would...
Yes, I do.
She turns her...
There are other...
Good. You there, sorcerer. Go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more.
No. I'm afraid I always perform...
She reaches for her...
I'm just about...
Subdue men, quick!
She smiles with...
Precise.
What's happened?
The dwarf lies in a heap. You hear a faint thud. The Magister lies... As the dead man's flesh, your heart, a bright... Suddenly, she reached the memories...
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters! Damn, that doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards! God!
He eyes the The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in.
Even if I...
He whispers loudly to.
Don't just cower there, Rix!
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand. Rix looks to his.
Go on then!
God damn it! Need to get off this wreck and quick! Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull!
You pass through the door. The skeleton.
No. It catches fire.
The skeleton look.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be...
The skeleton.
Yes, indeed. Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee to. Please, I was no more an elf. I had a mask. A mask that was still... She'll drown with the... Indeed. Just a sense... I would say good day, but it...
The skeleton shrugged.
Please, my time is short.
Such a проверить особенность этой расы и не страшен
The
смертельный
marking on
туман.
the door was painted recently. Judging, you press your palm against it, doesn't budge. The door groans open.
Something's breaking through! What the hell is...
Good thing I'm immune. Still, this means trouble.
That means there's still a chance.
Shut your trap, kid!
The dwarf yanks him.
Said there were other people down there. You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you, there's a ladder.
You're gonna be the death. That's what you big mouth, didn't you?
You should never leave someone
If you could walk, get yourself on that. Wait! Void Woken!
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
Let the games begin.
They who are about to triumph.
А что если двум персонажам взять этот навык, который дает 30% опыта, плюс 2 очков действия?
Those Voidwoken made sure bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? This must be Fort Joy. I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King. It's broken.
The child has a small mirror in his hand. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap.
I'm not supposed to talk to elves.
The child considers...
You're weird. Are you a sorcerer? One of those...
The child looks at you straight on.
I don't see any sauce on you or me. Maybe you're right. They're gone now. But you didn't die. I guess There isn't anywhere safe. You'll see.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they've made it to shore. We're supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
You spot a strange... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the lizard.
I did survive. You have...
Hand over heart, he salutes...
Yes, I'm sure you've all them. Now then, if there's nothing further, if you really...
He sighs.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Memories.
He looks out over the water once more.
As for myself, when I see continents dotted with mighty cities, and shimmering along. Of course, it's rather...
Suddenly...
Well, don't just stand there, gawking like an ape. The very said. I am the Red... Of course.
There's a brief moment's pause.
That said, the grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you...